guys, and welcome to season 9 of Nails Next Top Nail Artist. My name is Kristen Hartley, and here is my first pre-challenge. So first I decided to make my very own Very Peri color. We were allowed to use shade variations of this, so I needed to know what exact colors make up this color so that I can use different variations of it for my nail art. So I used a lighter shade of Very Peri for 2 of the nails and then a white base for the rest of them, which is a shade and not a color. This color reminded me of periwinkle sunsets in the summertime, and I wanted this nail to be a very fairy tale, storybook, vintage looking window. I am gently dabbing these different color variations on to make it look like a sunsetty sky. If you add a matte top coat in between your layers of painting, it makes it a nice smooth surface to paint on. Also, if you let your mixed shellac colors sit on your palette for a little bit before you start painting, it gives it a little bit of a thicker consistency, which makes it easier and smoother to paint smaller lines. I wanted this border to look very vintage and old fairy tale storybook look. I cured the border and then added some chrome on it to give it more dimension. I then added a top coat over the window portion and along the line work to make them really pop out with the matte background. I decided that I wanted the window to stand out just a little bit more, so I relined it again with the more blue shade of the Very Peri. It was definitely challenging trying to make different parts of this nail art stand out whenever you're only given one color to work with. I added more clouds on top of the top coat because that really makes it have more depth. And then I did the same thing on the other nail. I couldn't leave these nails just white, so I added a base coat of shellac and then I put some nice chrome over top to really pull out different shades of purple, and then I started painting my castle. I started off just painting some block shapes, and then I went in with the different shades of Very Peri to put in all of the different details around my fairy tale castle. I painted the details on my castle last because I knew that my mixed colors were going to be extra sticky and a little thicker, and that made all of my little details stay in place while I was painting all of them. These nails also needed a nice wispy vintage border as well to match the other 2 nails, because the other 2 nails are windows from inside the castle. I just used the same color and the same wispy design with my tiny paintbrush to make everything match and flow as smoothly as possible, and then I also added some chrome on it as well. And you can't have a castle without a dragon guarding it, so now I am blocking out the area that I'm going to add my mother of all dragons guarding her castle. I used the same technique as I did while painting my castles by just adding some basic shapes and then going in after and adding more details once the shape was already there. Because we are only allowed to use one color in its varying shades, I wanted to make sure that this dragon stood out more than the castle, so I added some chrome to her body, and then I gently brushed it off to make sure that it wasn't on any of the background, because I'm going in after with some C&D clear Bristlet gel, because I want to make the dragon 3D. For this design, just minimal 3D will have a really cool effect to make the dragon stand out more from the castle. You don't always have to have large 3D aspects, but just doing this little bit over the dragon will make her really stand out and give you some different textures to look at throughout the piece.